Welcome to our coverage of the X-Wing Sword Championships here on the Less Than Geek channel. My name is Travis.
And I'm Peyton.
And this game is the final match of the Dogs of War Store Championship that was in Palm Bay, Florida on January 17th. And in this Store Championship final, you have myself playing against Peyton. So this should be interesting as we're both in here. So if you watched the previous couple of games, you've seen our list in action against some other players. But just to recap, Peyton on the left here has a Falcon build.
It's Lone Wolf, R2-D2, C3PO, and the title. And then a generic Outrider.
Yeah.
With the Outrider title and heavy laser cannon.
Yep. And I've got the actual dash. The super dash with the push a limit, Katarn, engine upgrade, title, heavy laser cannon, the full 58 points there. And he's paired up with Corran, who has R2-D2, fire control system, and veteran instincts. And so yeah, we've got a couple two-ship builds duking it out. That's just kind of how Wave 5 is, right?
Yeah. I did my standard setup of my Outrider kind of just pointed at the middle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's not as useful as everyone has higher pilot skill than him.
Right. So I'm trying to think a little bit here about the best way to go about using the asteroids to my advantage to try to keep Han from getting too close to me. That's obviously a critical part of this. If Han's able to get up close on me and stay there for a couple of rounds, it could go downhill in a hurry. If Dash is able to slug away at Han nice and safely from a safe distance, while maybe having Corran help out and burst as many as 3 attacks in one round to get past all the mitigation, then it would work out really well. So
a big difference between my Falcon build and others you'll normally see is there is no engine upgrade.
Right.
So it's not nearly as easy for me to get into range.
Yeah,
1.
That probably played a pretty critical role in this. Whenever I've played against a Han with an engine upgrade or the 8 skill decimator with an engine upgrade, it's definitely a whole nother variable to factor in on them being able to, because it's not just how much further you move, but if you think about if you do something like a 3 bank and then you one boost bank back the other way, you can kind of snake around the asteroids and get close.
Yeah,
things like that. So yeah, as long as without the engine upgrade, you just want to make sure you're just not really caught in a straightaway, so they can't just do like a 4 straight between some rocks at you. And yeah, it looks like the asteroids are set up in a pretty nice pattern there to try to use them.
And as this is a finals, it is not a timed match, so
right.
We end up taking quite a lot of time in between maneuvers.
Right.
Though we've been playing so long, it
right.
kind of didn't matter because we were kind of punchy at that point.
Right. This is let's see. This game started at about 10:45, maybe a little earlier. We started playing at probably noon, maybe about 12:30. So we're probably about 10 hours into the tournament by even just the very beginning of this game. So
normally my plan is to kind of do a slow start with my Outrider, but I ended up hoping that he would move forward pretty quickly as well, and I get maybe a range 3 shot.
Right.
Because trading heavy laser cannons between both Outriders is more favorable to me.
Right. I tend to go slow, generally speaking, out of the gate with Dash. Not just, well, I guess here I went straight forward, huh? But it's not just to react to what my opponents do, but also you kind of want to get that push a limit on the first turn, and then go into the second round, with 3 actions.
Yeah, set up Katarn.
I guess I might be okay here, just kind of going quickly, but just barrel rolling away maybe, so that we're not quite in range to set that up. I might be trying to, I guess, get towards the Falcon quickly. Yeah, with Corran as well, just to try to focus on it. So that's probably why I didn't go quite so slow. If I can take down the Falcon, I'm fairly confident in either of my ship's ability to handle the other Generica YT, hopefully. It's pretty much about trying to take down the Falcon with potentially 3 attacks before we get into the late game, and he's a lot harder to deal with. So yeah, there's Corran going pretty quickly as well, and looking to have that big burst of damage on the Falcon on the next round, I guess, without him being able to come across those asteroids and get too close to dash.
I ended up playing a Corran similar to this earlier in the tournament, but he ended up landing basically directly in front of my Falcon, so I got to kind of take him out almost immediately because of poor green dice rolling.
Yeah, that can happen. That list, I think, was like something. I think it was a Corran and a Chewbacca. Yeah, it's a few more points to work with on him. A little more emphasis on Corran being more of a the main star and less of the support. With things like push the limit and engine upgrade or shield upgrade, something like that. So
advanced sensors and stuff like that.
Right. There's definitely a lot of options, a lot of ways you can build them. This particular loadout for them just happens to fit, exactly within the pretty much non-negotiable 42 points you have to work with
after
this
dash.
With the super dash build, but also just really fulfills a specific role. We've talked before about how he kind of can help guard the blind spot and things like that. With the veteran instincts, it's an important factor when you're considering things like Suntir Fel or Phantoms being what might get in that blind spot so easily. So he just wants to not be easy prey for those ships, since Dash could potentially also be easy prey for those ships. So
it's basically your deterrent. Yeah. And for this matchup in particular, he kind of gets around the whole C-3PO every turn.
Right, yeah, and him being able to attack twice is always nice in a matchup against the Falcon. Like I said, you're able to burst up to 12 dice with 3 attacks in one round to get over a lot of the Falcon's defenses, and come back a couple rounds later and try to do it again, and more or less take them out within a couple rounds.
And when you think about it, 12 dice is normally where a Rebel Swarm is sitting.
Yeah, there's something like 3 or 4 B-Wings coming up on you, yeah.
Which is normally the biggest problem for the Falcon.
Okay, so Fringer looks like he's just taking advantage of all that space out there to just hang on the fringe and get some bot shots, which is pretty much exactly what you want him to do.
Yeah, I was basically trying to get him to get in kind of a trading match with Dash.
Yeah, that's definitely seems like the best way to go with him. I'm just hoping that I can get the better of the Falcon, and maybe sometimes in the process stay out of range of the guy with some of the boosts and barrel rolls and stuff, but still be where I need to be for the Falcon. But in this case here, I'm really trying to consider exactly where you're going with Han. Because even if you just did like a 4 straight over the asteroid, I think that might clear. That would be a little bit of a surprise move.
Yeah.
But it would get you up on the dash. Could put you, Corran right up on you, but that could still be a problem for me. So, I'm probably considering movement options, boosting barrel rolling that might get me away from the other YT, but still trying to...
Yeah, because you're definitely in range 3 still.
But still trying to be able to do, not be too close to Han, and probably still keeping in mind whatever maneuvers I have planned for Corran and not trying to block him too much either. So definitely a lot of factors to consider here on where to boost or barrel roll or whatever. So yep. Okay, so we're going to boost up there on that rock. So now, in order to shoot, we basically got a barrel roll back, over here.
Yep.
And that does keep me away from the other guy, so that's achieved at least. Should be out of Corran's way. Just still a little bit of a question of exactly where the Falcon's going to go, which, even now, even here, do you barrel forward, do you barrel back, that kind of thing.
Trying to just to give me less areas where I can land to not be in range 1.
Right.
But also try not to be in Corran's way and
and I figure
limit Corran's options.
If the Falcon does maybe a hard turn towards this side of the board, he'd be right in front of Dash, and he would have Dash at range 1. But hopefully Corran will be kind of right behind Dash and able to at least do a couple shots on the Falcon to punish it, and then Dash could get past the Falcon on the subsequent rounds. So Falcon does go to the left though, so that works out fairly well for me. But
more standard maneuver, I would say.
Yeah, and probably just trying to not get your two ships completely isolated from each other. Favoring heading towards that side of the board where you have the extra gun. So,
the idea I kind of had was to basically force you near my Outrider.
Right.
With this maneuver.
Yeah.
After I notice you're basically just going to try to avoid it.
Right. That there's definitely makes some sense with that. I guess I wasn't thinking too much about that, so that was thinking more about you maybe going straight or turning the other way or whatever. Could have used that as more of a tell to get a read on it, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like
so you do end up being in range 1 of Falcon.
Yeah, it is still really close eyeballing it there. We're not at the point of measuring yet, so Corran's still going.
Yeah.
But yeah, just
getting the rock.
Yeah, getting the rock there. It is very close there, and it does work out in the Falcon's favor.
Go ahead and get 2 hits.
Right.
And Falcon.
And at least we'll get that fire control to get kind of that permanent target lock on the Falcon for later.
Yep.
To focus fire on it. Looks like Corran did a focus there. I usually evade with him because he just needs to stay alive. I've kind of mentioned that before, just to not let everybody just key in on Dash. But here, I think I figured that, especially if you are at range 1, you're going to just blast the Outrider.
Yeah.
So,
and with only 3 damage possible, even if I did go after him, he would regen a shield at least. That's what we're talking about as the what to shoot.
Right. Oh, there's some
actually that discussion is whether or not I should use C3PO, because if your subsequent shot with double tap, I might need it then.
Yeah, because there's the potential of that. Plus, I guess at this moment still we're not really sure if we're Dash can shoot or not.
Checking for Lone Wolf.
Yeah, looks like we're just far enough away.
Yeah. Blank, get 2 of these.
Not bad at all. So it doesn't look like Corran gets any damage through there. Now the all important
range 1 shots.
Range 1, yep, still fairly convincingly range 1 there.
Gotta keep checking.
Looks like on the next round should be able to use this corner of the board here, just kind of do an easy maneuver down here, and the Falcon's going away from me, so you should be able to at least shoot him on the next round. I guess it's a guessing game of if the Falcon's going to just book it and potentially get out of range. That's maybe another instance where engine upgrade could have been a huge deal, but we'll just have to see how that unfolds.
All right. So the Falcon ends up using Han to reroll all of it and getting 3 hits, and Dash gets 1 of 8.
Yeah, that's a good solid hit there for early on. Knock a couple off when he can't shoot back. So
at this point, you kind of deciding whether or not Corran's gonna go ahead.
Yeah, you can get that free shot because I guess C3PO did get used. Trying to figure out probably the likelihood of staying on him. I don't remember being that distressed about it, but it looks like I was pretty.
I guess since you had the target lock and the focus, you end up going for it.
I think I'm also kind of looking at the Falcon moving pretty far down there near where your other guy is right now, and Corran looks like a hard turn puts him kind of close to that asteroid.
Yeah, and Han ends up rolling 2 eyeballs and taking all 3 hits.
Yeah. Well, I'll take it. You know, you get your hits through with them when you can. Yeah, there's almost some merit to just always doing that with Corran, try to push through damage on Han, but...
Yeah, when you get the options.
Yeah.
Right. This maneuver is... well, here's what I was planning.
So it could have happened.
Yeah, I was planning on kind of getting the Outrider close, and I end up sitting here a while thinking if I should barrel roll towards or not.
Right.
But the reason I'm thinking that, see, I'm contemplating right here, is because I thought that Han was going 4 straight.
Because that was originally.
And I was like, I don't want. It's like if I barrel roll, Han might ram into him.
Right.
But if I don't, he's going to be, I don't know, further away.
Right.
But that's in fact not what I put down.
You change your mind, and yeah, it is a long day at this point, unfortunately.
I think I look at the dial and go, huh.
Well, Joe does claim he does that every time, so. Yep.
It's a surprise there. Back. So yeah. So I was like, all right, I'll go ahead and let Han ram.
Right.
And there'll be even less area for his dash.
Right.
To the heavy laser cannon without giving me an opportunity.
Yeah, you lose an evade, I guess, basically, if by ramming in.
Yeah, and I don't get a lone wolf.
But it's not the end of the world.
But
yeah.
I was more than willing to lose my lone wolf.
Yeah, if you were doing a 4 straight, you'd be close enough to lose lone wolf anyway, I think, even if you hadn't barrel rolled.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, Dash is doing the bank there is trying to stay close enough to get a shot on Han. Again, thinking he might do like a 4 straight or 3 bank, something faster like that. If I run like a 2 straight and hang out in the corner, he can outrange me.
Yeah.
But because even with those large base ships, even if Han does like a 1 straight, he moves 1 whole range increment just by doing a 1 straight. So I basically figure let me go here and just token up, and hopefully he'll still be in range. You could almost consider, if it fits, it's hard to tell, doing like a straight boost, but I don't think that would clear.
Yeah, you probably still be landing on the Han.
Yeah.
This one I go, huh. I guess I'm doing this maneuver instead.
Yeah. Was that just a maneuver you were considering for?
I was never considering it because I know that would have landed on an asteroid, which it proceeds to immediately do.
Where did it come from? Just kind of.
I guess I left it on there from last time. Or...
Who knows? Yeah, because you did a 1 hard to the left before that.
Yeah,
so.
I don't know. Maybe that's what I thought I put for the Outrider.
That's unfortunate. Yeah.
And then did it immediately again to the Outrider dial. And
that sucks. Yeah, because. That's unfortunately, it's when you have a long day, the most important games are at the end of that long day, and sometimes that happens.
And I do end up taking 1 damage from the asteroid.
And here's where we really look like we know what we're doing, especially for a final match.
Travis proceeds to basically do the same thing.
Yeah,
same maneuver even.
I mean, that was pretty close, but yeah, that's why I think looking at just shooting you twice on the previous round, because. Yeah, that turn was looking so close with it.
And you might think, oh, that's terrible. Han doesn't get a shot. It's like, well, you can kind of think of it as maybe I rolled 2 hits and he rolled 2 evades.
Right.
I mean...
trying to look at the bright side of life.
Yeah. But the problem is, not only do I not shoot, you get to shoot me.
Yeah, that is the problem.
And Outrider does not let me go for my...
I guess the thing with Corran there, I probably figured I didn't really know what else to do with him, because if I go straight and he's like hanging out here down by the edge of the board, it's going to take him a couple turns to get back in the fight. You could leave him in the dust. So,
but then you end up getting...
Corran couldn't shoot this round anyway.
Yeah.
So I think, and maybe I just figured like, oh well, if I clip it, I clip it. I might take a hit, I might get a shield back by doing a green on the next turn, whatever. It could have still been dangerous because if I took a hit and you could have blasted me and I get a horrible roll, you could drop dead or something. But
I you end up getting 3 hits and a crit, and I don't dodge jack. Ended up losing,
right. Well,
losing my elite pilot upgrade and my
I guess ability. All you had was C3PO, so it's still like 3 hits get through, and the injured pilot does suck because. For the most part, with your survivability, your damage mitigation there is still intact. Lone Wolf helps a little bit, but it's mostly just the fact that your your offensive capabilities, your accuracy is gone with Han's ability and Lone Wolf. So
yeah, basically lost all.
Yeah.
From going to re-rolling every turn basically to not rolling ever, re-rolling ever.
Yeah, you can still C3PO and R2 and evade and stuff, but
and R2 proceeds to turn up.
It's
another. The first direct hit.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult without a reliable way to accurately put out damage with him to deal with, again, maybe getting shot 3 times in a round and your defensive mitigation doesn't help as much. So it looks like the other YT is just kind of coming right back into the fight here to
get some actual shots on.
Yeah, and maybe just try to take some of the pressure off of Han. Be kind of presented as more of a threat. Yeah, it looks like I could maybe boost forward and get within his blind spot and hope to still have a shot on Han. But Corran would probably still get shot by the other YT, so it's not like that's not going to have a shot at all. But I don't know, maybe I figure that's preferable or something, or I might have just boosted that way just to try to make sure I stayed in range of any shenanigans Han might pull.
Yeah, you pulling like a 4 hard or something.
Yeah.
3 soft.
Yeah. I think I was trying to guess where he's going to go there, so. You got to get those, stay where you're going to get a shot, but then get those actions, get those tokens, make those shots accurate. Like the focus and target lock there to try to get some hits through. And he does avoid hitting the asteroid again.
It's like suddenly I remember how to fly again.
Right.
And did not hit the asteroid twice.
Yeah, that was the bizarre slant pass in the Super Bowl, right? That too hard. So just going 4 straight. Okay, so Corran, I think, decides the best course of action here. You could do like a... Well, I guess I didn't actually take a damage from the asteroid. Yes, I didn't need to get the shield back.
Yeah.
I guess he figures, okay, if I just go straight here and barrel roll, I've got both guys not getting shot by the YT, and
it's just
Corran can just come back around, yeah.
Yeah, just slap each other.
Yep. The one-on-one situation is tough with the Falcon, but at least, when you got 4 dice, you can get something through.
Yeah.
So
you end up with 3 crits and a hit. 3 hits and a crit.
Right. Right. Okay. Yeah. One of the crit on the initial roll that got turned into a hit because of the heavy laser cannon's attacks. That's what I was changing that first die there, and then I re-rolled. If you get a crit on a re-roll, like from the target lock, it stays. So
yeah.
It doesn't. I don't get too many crits out of it, but in this game, it just seemed like every time that I re-rolled something with a target lock, it turned into a crit.
And it ended up getting a direct hit as a result.
Right. So that's the crit that got flipped up in the previous round was a direct hit as well, I think, right? So it was 2 in a row. So there's actually 5 damage on the hole there out of those 3 cards. So, yeah, not looking good there. Between that and losing the elite pilot and the game tax or whatever.
Yeah.
So
and Han's hurting.
Yeah. I mean, if he can just stay within range of one guy and you can get some shots with the heavy laser cannon, you might be able to take down Dash while getting pecked away 1 damage. Maybe be able to, have Han with a couple health left with Dash off the table. But that's still, it would be difficult because Corran's able to get up on Fringer pretty easily. And
another problem, the Fringer has not shot.
Deal with Han.
Has not shot this game.
Yeah, I guess he hasn't at all.
Yeah, he's either been too far or too close.
Oh, I'm marking
Corran
there to get Dash. Yeah. So I say it seems like an awfully slow maneuver for him. Yeah. So Dash is trying to stay in that sweet spot where I'm in range of one guy but not the other. And, not too far away to not shoot at you at all. All those sorts of things.
Yep, still using the push every turn, getting them tokens up.
Yeah, I think I was considering if there was some way to boost plus barrel roll to, like do a boost yeah, I guess that way, and then barrel roll back to, or something, or barrel first and then boost to get close enough to the Fringer, but that seems like it's not an option. So
Yeah.
I think I decided to just kind of maybe go the other way and try to outrange it, but still shoot on. I would think I would. Oh, I don't know. I guess I was thinking I was going to maybe barrel roll to, I guess, dashes left towards my side of the table there.
I think you want to kind of make sure that if Han pulled like a 3 bank,
range.
Yeah, that he's not going to get out of range.
So yeah, I guess that's why I did go with a double focus there instead of a target locking Han.
Yeah.
So it just have one for offense and defense. Yeah. And just try to weather the storm a bit. I would expect Corran to maybe be K-turning already and come back around, but I don't know. Maybe he. I might actually have been thinking, with the 3 bank here, because these ships can move around the table so quickly, and I guess I felt for some reason that maybe Han was going to kind of turn towards me and come down this side of the board. Mm-hmm. Maybe the best way, by the time I K-turned and came straight back down, you'd be all the way down on my side of the board anyway, and maybe I just need to kind of do a lap around and eventually run into you kind of head on.
And at that point, I'm kind of happy you went that way.
Yeah.
Because it's not like I had dealt any damage to him and you're regenerating shields.
Yeah, exactly.
He's purely just
maybe that way for a reason. Just a K-turn and then come screaming in and try to run down the other guy some or something. But
yeah,
I felt like for whatever reason you're kind of heading that direction, and eventually just kind of going clockwise while you go counterclockwise would get me back in the fight faster than just doing a 180 and running around. Yeah,
Dash ends up taking a damage there because you rolled double blanks, but I only rolled 1 crit, so
yeah, I still have the shields though.
Shield him.
That was another example there of where it's Dash's turn to shoot. I measure range to both of them, even though I'm clearly going to want to shoot at the Falcon. I just wanted to know for certain if you had a shot on me. I guess since I have the 2 focuses, it doesn't really matter. If I only had the 1, I'd be deciding if I wanted to save it or not.
Yeah.
And so, but I guess I was just in the habit of doing that. But that is helpful sometimes if you know that the shot's going to come or not.
Especially without having target lock. You kind of have a...
Yeah. Like if I had a focus and a target lock instead of 2 focuses, I'd have been deciding to maybe spend it on offense or save it for getting shot.
And you end up getting 2 hits, and Han gets 1 evade and loses his shield, which R2 will just regenerate.
Yeah, unfortunately, that doesn't really do anything. And
then my YT gets 4 hits on Dash with 1 evade, and Dash takes 3. Oh. So Dash is taking damage.
Yeah, he's only got 4 left. It's still anybody's game almost at this point. Corran is well suited for dealing with them if it comes down to it in the late game, especially if Han's like kind of on his last leg and can go down pretty quick, like in 1 shot or something, 1 double tap, whatever, and then Corran can just stay on the other guy. But definitely having Dash near dead.
Problem is
a big deal
that Han is basically not doing damage anymore because that last round he got 1 hit and 2 misses.
Right.
And if he still had any of his elite pilot abilities,
rolls and
would have at least
gotten. And if you're evading to stay alive, yeah. So this is another round where it looks like Dash is going to be able to probably moving away to get away from the YT, the 2400, and still be able to shoot Han. He was so close. He was so barely in range on the last round that it doesn't seem like it'd be too difficult to do. I guess I would just consider exactly where to barrel or boost, or to do maybe just one or the other or both together, that kind of thing, just to make sure I stay in range of Han. And if I can get where I need to be and still have an extra action to do a target lock or something, I would prefer to do that. But
you end up barrel rolling.
Yeah, I guess I do that just to be safe from the other guy.
During the game, you actually mentioned that you didn't really have to do that at all.
Right. Yeah, I think I was... just like the motion there, I was thinking Han was coming down this way for some reason. That goes back to the whole thing with Corran Horn. Like, I just kept thinking he was coming down this way, and then... Yeah, I guess Corran changed his mind there, too. He's going back that way. So, I guess that kind of... that works out since Han did go that way.
Yeah.
But... maybe at some point I realized Han was going to move back towards the other guy for safety, kind of like what happened earlier.
Yeah, but now I'm actually doing it.
Right.
The problem is, at this point, Han's taking so much damage that's not really an option anymore. There's me ramming into my own guy.
Yeah, I mean, Han can, against most ships 101, last still fairly indefinitely, even with just a few hull points left. Obviously, the Outrider can throw the 4 dice, and then Corran can shoot twice, so this particular list is kind of well suited for it. But still, if it's say just the Outrider versus him, yeah, you got to actually get 4 hits through. It's not a guarantee. So
yeah, but you get a much better chance with all the tokens.
Yeah, and you got to have the tokens and not be doing whatever. I guess I'm going to try to target lock the guy here so that I can measure.
Yeah,
and it is that close.
And he's out.
It looks like he's just out, but that does give you some good information. This is probably a situation where I don't push a limit and just keep the maneuver dial open because nobody's going to be in range.
Yeah.
Definitely could have pushed a limit there to still get the extra action on the next turn. Basically, have the 3 actions, but I guess down near the edge of the board and stuff, I might
kind of want those hard turns.
Yeah, considering some hard turn. I think I was looking at it like on the next turn, if I do some sort of hard turn, maybe like a 3 harder back towards the other ships here, that I might be able to boost and do like a barrel roll and then a boost and get close enough to the Fringer that he can't do anything, and try to run down Han that way. So I think that was the idea.
We find our second round in a row of no shots.
Right.
An advantage to the non-timed rounds where
right.
Getting that damage in is not as important.
So yeah, I guess I figure if I can do that big turn and then do some movement actions and just get close enough to the YT to not have it shooting me, that Han will more or less be caught between Dash chasing him and Corran coming back in from the front there. So
and ended up barrel rolling out, hoping if not to keep you out of range too, but at least make you waste your actions.
Yeah.
So you don't have tokens.
Yeah, that does seem like the right thing to do there.
I was expecting like a hard 1 or 2.
Yeah, with the barrel and boost, I can still get there, but like I say, I still have to spin both of them instead of getting like a focus or something.
Yeah. And because you didn't, push the limit last time, you don't get that free.
Yeah.
That free focus.
I might be considering here that I could barrel roll away from you down here to the corner, and then, maybe just try to blitz up there fast on the next turn or something. But yeah, I guess that option isn't the greatest either, because then I've either got to not push a limit and do the white maneuver again, and I have the extra action, or I gotta, if I do push a limit, then you gotta do like a 1 bank, and I think that would be near the edge of the board. So we just go with this. Just do the barrel roll, do the boost now.
In range 1.
Yeah, get close enough to you. Throw a pot shot at Han on a turn where maybe Corran is also attacking, so it's not a complete waste. I think is kind of the idea here.
Yeah.
But Han just hang out the corner there, so not sure Corran's going to be close enough. I was probably expecting him to do something kind of around the asteroid or whatever. So that might work out in your favor there pretty well, because it might keep you maybe out of range of Corran.
Yeah, Corran can easily get in just because he could barrel forward.
Yeah, barrel might do it. But now he is definitely getting shot by the heavy laser cannon, so he's got to be careful here. And this is probably one of those times where you just need to evade. Yep. So he's he'll at least be able to shoot the generic YT there.
Yeah,
so
through a rock and
it's like probably just within range too, but with the asteroid anyway. So the 5 straight maneuver template there is the same as 2 range increments on the ruler if you put them next to each other. So that's just why we keep busting that out to make it a little easier to measure that.
Granted, there's less chance of us knocking over other ships with only 4 ships on the board, but
looks like a couple hits there, but
he evades it.
Evade them both. Yep.
And
Yeah, Han was, I guess, shooting at Dash. I think, right? Or,
No, it's Corran.
oh, Han's shooting. Oh, okay, because they're both able to shoot Corran, so you're trying to. Okay. Makes sense.
You're trying to do no damage.
Yeah, he does. He is evasive.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 hits on the unmodified roll there is pretty good.
Yeah. Han ends up getting 2 evades, so.
Bit above average.
So you basically don't do any
knock
damage.
Off the shield, yeah.
And since I had no cards to flip over, the R2 effect is just a free shield.
Yeah.
I rolled it just because.
It's pretty much the same as just having no cards at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, 2 of those are direct hits, so it is actually a little closer to dead than it looks like. You've got, counting the shield, 4 health basically. Yeah. So if I basically can get 1 round here with all the shots on Han, the 2 or 3 shots, it could be lights out for him. And he is kind of cornered down there with a fairly limited number of options, so should be able to line him up.
You mean hard 1 or hard 2?
Yeah, should be able to line up the shots there. Maybe. I was trying to think if engine upgrade would really matter there at all. Once you're facing that way, I don't. Since it's pretty predictable where you're going to be, I think Dash will be in a spot where a boost wouldn't get you out of range of him. It could maybe get you to like boost by Corran kind of side by side or something, so that he wouldn't be able to shoot. But it's hard to tell.
You might have wondered where I was during that. I went to the bathroom because Travis was taking extremely long, and ended up getting back as soon as he was finished.
I was probably trying to figure out exactly what to do with Corran or something. I wasn't looking at which dial was down or up, or exactly where to go with one of them. So it is what it is.
I've been constantly drinking either water or energy drinks all day, so an untimed round is not exactly what I was looking forward to.
Right. And it looks like, okay, I thought maybe the YT clipped the rock there, but he has a focus reverse. I guess he didn't. Which is why I'm also doing the barrel roll there to get within range 1, yeah. Because I guess even if Corran is able to be shot by him, he's actually basically in better shape than Dash. Dash with the 4 health could theoretically get wiped out by him. I guess the same thing with Corran, but Corran, have an extra green and evade. No, he's full. Corran will have 5 anyway, so.
Yeah.
I guess I'm more comfortable with him being shot by than Dash.
I try not to waste my time shooting Corran unless I'm getting...
Right. It's kind of how it is with the Falcon, right? You want to try to shoot him with both of them.
Yeah, shoot him with both or don't waste my time.
Yep.
Pretty obvious maneuver there. Don't want to fly off.
Yeah. Not sure what all this hand waving from me over here is, but it's been a long day. Who the hell knows? That looks like, is that a focus instead of an evade? Maybe. Maybe he's just trying to go out and blaze of glory, maybe.
I think it was more that since I don't have Lone Wolf and I'm not re-rolling,
yeah.
I'm kind of hoping for focuses at this point.
Yeah.
To get more health from R2 and C-3PO.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose it's possible here that, like if you're going to live through the first Corran shot.
Yeah.
It's possible with a focus to do a little more offense at Corran with some good dice. The dice go in your favor here. It's possible between the 2 of your ships you could take him out, and that would really swing things. So maybe that's where it was going.
Yeah.
Looks like we said it was just barely range 1. So, and that again makes the focus a little more helpful for you on offense.
But you end up rolling. I'd say average with 3 hits after the target lock.
Yeah, with target lock and focus, 3 hits is. You hope for at least 3 hits with both of those.
Yeah, and I spent the token.
Well, I guess I have the evade, so yeah.
I ended up spending the token to
just the target lock.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that basically it looks like Corran basically just took out all the defenses.
Yeah, Han ends up taking 1 damage, which is the
shield and everything. So now we're looking at Han has 3 health straight up and. Trying to throw the 4 dice and get the...
Actually, no. Han's actually shooting.
Oh, Han's shooting, yeah, right.
Because I have no expectations of killing Corran. And Dash ends up not rolling very well.
Yeah.
Ends up taking 2 more damage.
Yeah, he is close to going down, so.
Yeah. That was kind of my idea. Is like I would rather have a dead dash.
Yeah, I guess I was deciding to actually use the focus or not there because having 1 or 2 health left probably doesn't make that much of a difference. With the, if he gets shot by the heavy laser cannon, he's probably going down either way. But yeah, and I was maybe considering saving the focus to make sure I try to get 4 hits or something to finish off the Falcon, which I did get with just the target lock. But I guess I figured Corran could potentially just shoot him again an additional time anyway.
Which is what's going on
here. Yeah,
which
is what's going on here, just to make sure. So.
But then you roll terribly, and you give me hope, you evil man. You end up getting 2 hits.
And then it doesn't work.
But then I take 1 damage and die.
Did the did you not have your laser cannon Corran there with the Fringer?
Yeah, I think I forget.
Is that what happened there? Did we both miss that? That seems odd. I don't know. Maybe just jumped the gun there. So focused on trying to kill the Falcon, or maybe you had one of your famous 0-hit rolls. With the dice app real quick.
I had that earlier.
Yeah.
But that was with Han.
Right.
Because it wanted to mock my inability to reroll anything.
Yeah. So obviously the Falcon going down is a big game changer. But Dash is fairly close to dead. If they're able to shoot each other, if they're not in each other's blind spot, Dash will get to go out with one more good shot hopefully. But would probably die to the return fire. It's it's almost a sure thing.
Now this ends up being several rounds of no shots for anyone.
Yeah, I guess I was looking to not necessarily just trade Dash for one pot shot for a couple of damage, and then have Corran come around later. I guess I figured it would be best to on the round that did inevitably maybe happen, to at least have Corran lined up to do a couple good shots, so that you're not shooting at him that turn.
Especially with the YT being at full health.
Yeah, exactly. So, having Dash die and knocking 2 or 3 shields off, and then having Corran have to just 1v1 you and have to come in and get close enough and maybe take some shots, from outside the blind spot. I figured it'd be best to maybe have a round where when Corran is kind of caught there where you could get him, you end up wasting your shot, or not wasting it, but using it that round to finish off Dash, and Corran gets to then slip in.
Yeah, tried to boost there, but
I guess
just do a straight one with it.
Yep. It's kind of funny to barrel roll back and then boost forward, but I guess I was ideally looking to go out in that direction to loop around and get out of your range. But the most important thing is just being close enough. Looks like Corran should hopefully be able to K-turn near the edge of the board there and come back down within a couple of rounds.
Yeah. But he's also not, obviously, he's not going to be barrel rolling back into any range, so there's going to be no shots. And he's not going to, pointlessly try to K-turn. He's going to... There's always that risk of flying off. Obviously, you won't do that, but...
Barreled back, pretty sure I wasn't in range, and it was a little closer than I expected, but, just wanted to give myself that extra little bit of room for the K-turn.
So I end up trying to kind of...
Right, be able to get a shot on him.
Yeah, or at least, if nothing else, try to kind of trick Dash.
Right.
Because maybe he thought...
To being too far away.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough to do with him with the ability to barrel roll back and stuff. So.
Yeah. I was just hoping maybe you would do it too hard or something.
Yeah, so there, it looks like I just keep the dial open for Dash so he can do like a 3 hard or something just to try to get the heck out of dodge, and just basically take the free target lock for the future while you have the opportunity.
Yeah, another round, no shot.
Yeah.
And my only hope was that, Dash was not pointed towards me. I mean,
right.
He's going to have to do
a
hard one and then barrel over.
Yeah, so this looks like, possibly an opportunity to try to get right up against your guy with Corran and have Dash, in range to do that one last shot. But we'll have to see how it plays out here. I guess, you're going pretty quick there.
Yeah, my hope was kind of to, if you're doing maybe a 4-4 or something,
right,
get you kind of ram into me.
Yeah, and the old boxer hug maneuver where you intentionally block at the end just to not get shot.
As long as you don't bite my ear off.
Yeah. So now Dash is just going to do some stuff that just tries to kind of get around the board to be relevant.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you're still waiting to get that.
Straight into you.
Yep, see.
So, unfortunately, it's going to take a while for Corran to make another pass.
Yep, which just makes Dash continue to not do anything either.
Yep. So, and again, this game was untimed. It didn't end up ultimately being ridiculously long, but and obviously we took a few extra minutes here and there on some key maneuvers because of that. I think it ended up being right about an hour and 20 minutes, but so that's only a couple minutes over like if we had been playing 75-minute rounds.
Yeah. You can tell my disinterest in the game as I am playing Ascension on my phone.
Yeah.
Mostly because the rounds were actually taking quite a lot, of time just to do maneuvers. And I only have one ship. What am I doing?
Right. Yeah, I guess I'm just trying to figure out the best way to get Corran to come back around in any sort of reasonable amount of time. But
I knew you weren't going to... Dash was never going to get into my sweet spot without you wanting it.
Yeah.
So I was basically just like, when is this going to happen?
Yeah. Yep.
But until then, more maneuvers, no shooting.
Yep. Dash is, not going to hopefully get into combat here without Corran being able to...
Just cause.
Although...
You're risking it for no reason.
I just did it there. I don't know what that's about. I should have stayed out.
I'm pretty sure it's out anyways.
God, it can't be by much.
See, that maneuver confused. That maneuver confused me. It was like, why is he not K-turning?
Yeah. I guess I thought Dash wasn't going to be close enough. But then I did all that crap and he was. So I really don't know why I did that with Dash. Definitely an unnecessary risk a bit. But so if I was going to be fighting with Dash, I probably should have just K-turned. If not, then I guess I figured I could have maybe just barrel rolled away to be out of range or evaded or something, and just kind of come back around. But goodness. I should have K-turned if I was going to do that with Dash. That's why I probably realized, kind of after doing the maneuvers, like, what am I doing? Because that's why at least you just did a target lock with Corran, because I figure you're not going to shoot him. You're going to try to kill Dash. So.
And this was the shots of maximum RNG, because you rolled 4 hits natural and I rolled 2 evades natural.
The dice definitely bailed Dash out of going in there a bit. So.
And I shot you back with 3. Getting 3 hits, but you ended up getting 2 evades anyways.
Yeah, and I do have the 2 health instead of the 1 because of the decision to spin the evade earlier against the Falcon. So I guess I take a hit and get away with it and stay alive. Yeah, I mean, I guess that, I got 2 hits through, so it's a net gain.
Yeah,
but it wasn't like I didn't take any damage and then slapped you for 4 or something. But yeah, it still was just an unnecessary risk.
It is my pet peeve for my opponent to roll 4 natural hits and then I proceed to roll not 4 natural hits.
Yeah, I guess that's just the kind of things that you do when you're, again, now at this point, probably at least 11 hours into the tournament or whatever the hell it is.
Yeah.
But at this point...
and then you realize maybe I shouldn't be in range 3 anymore.
Yeah.
Then you barrel roll out.
Yeah, it seems to make a lot more sense. I'm not sure what was going on there.
Well, I mean, Corran was definitely not eating a shot this round.
Yeah. He's going to be turning around again, trying to come in for another pass.
He could have hard turned and...
Yeah, that probably would have been
boosted.
Better, honestly. Well, he can't boost, but it still probably would have been better to do a hard turn and be coming down towards that side of the board that way. But
we're pretty close on range 3, though.
Yeah.
It was one of those times where the range ruler just fits in between the 2 ships.
Yeah, I guess I could have maybe maybe boost it, but if you think about if I did like a bank boost towards where you're sitting, I'm not really sure that puts them in a great position on the next round maneuver wise.
And I'm pretty sure you just ham-fisted that asteroid that was in front of you.
Oh, probably. So so that's why I guess I was just hoping he was out of range and I had a double focus just in case. But I guess if since he got away with it once and he lived through that one round and doing a couple damage, now it's like he goes out getting 2 more pot shots instead of just 1. So even if he did go down, but you lost most of your other shields or something, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, I guess. But I think now we're finally looking at
some action,
maybe being able to, as you're kind of coming around these rocks, come down with Corran Horn, maybe on the next turn, like do a bank this way and then another big bank on the next turn and be able to get engaged there and have Dash coming back around.
See, I'm already cleaning up because I want to leave as soon as we finish this game.
It is getting late.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have rammed into Corran Horn. It could have ended it, a few turns ago. Yep. Looks like everybody's just out.
Yep. And this turn will be...
Should have him in a pretty good situation now. But you never know. With a 4 straight and a barrel roll or something, or 3 bank and a barrel roll, he could maybe slip away.
I think at this point I just wanted to kill Dash before the game ended.
Right.
Well, I figure that my chances are a lot higher if I can actually kill Dash and not be killed.
Yeah.
I at least have a fighting chance, but
I
don't see me killing Corran Horn and Dash at the same time, so I can't really be wasting shots at Corran Horn, especially since he's still at full health. I still hadn't wasted my time chipping off shields just to have them regenerate.
Yeah, and it would be tricky to deal with him just one-on-one if he was able to run away. Game going for another hour.
Yeah.
Okay, doing the maneuver for you. Not to be confused with the other, YT that's actually mine.
I tried to do a barrel roll, hoping if I could fit in there that maybe Corran would ram into me.
Yeah, and that probably would have happened. That would have been a good call. It just doesn't quite fit with the asteroid. So that would have been ideal because you probably would have been able to exchange that last shot with Dash without getting corned. So
getting corned
hold in your donut hole there. And you could maybe barrel out the other way to not get range 1 or whatever, but
I was kind of hoping that maybe Corran was going like a 3 straight or something.
Yeah.
Try to get out of an arc or something.
Right, yeah. Definitely a possibility.
Also, trying to take away your ability to get in range 1 with your Dash, because...
Yeah, there's certainly no way that's happening. Honestly, you're far enough away that it might be difficult for Dash to even get in the fight. I'm not sure what's going on there with the
random more hand gestures.
Yeah, random tokens and stuff. But it looks like Dash can probably pull all the maneuvers just to try to race across the board here and get a shot.
Pretty easily barrel rolled and boost.
Yeah, just having to look at it to figure out how not to end on an asteroid so they can actually get a shot.
I think there's enough room where basically you could do either option first and you'd still be able to land.
Yeah, it's got the room, like you said. Just took an extra 5 seconds or whatever to look at it at the end of a super long freaking day in the finals or whatever.
And I already finished my Ascension game.
Right. Yeah, some of those games only take like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got
definitely
focus and target lock, and we're definitely in range, and then that 3 bank puts Corran in pretty much an ideal situation there. So definitely would have run into you if you'd been able to do the barrel roll. If you hadn't, it would have been range 1 real close.
Yeah.
So I think
it was being range 2. I think.
Yeah, I think I'd just go with the focus there instead of evading because I figure you
probably gonna be the last shot.
Just try to end it, with maximum damage between all 3. Corran's full health. Dash is probably who you'd shoot at anyway to finish.
Target lock ends up getting 3 hits. And Dash, evades 2.
Yeah.
Trying to live forever.
Brand X Dash.
Yeah.
Okay, looks like we are clear around the asteroid for the heavy laser cannons. So yeah, I don't know why there's a range in there. I guess just to make sure we're at least in range, but yeah, it's pretty obvious.
Yeah, there's not real much we can know.
So we get
with the focus, you get 4 hits.
Yeah.
And my YT will evade nothing.
Oh, delicious.
And suddenly I'm almost dead.
It's a bunch of damage real quick, yeah.
Yeah, that does happen.
Do you get to shoot back and I think finally finish off?
Yep. We'll do finally finish off 3 hits.
Have the real Slim Shady please stand up here with the 2 of these.
3 hits, 1 evade.
Yep.
You got no token. And he finally dies.
A little extra crit there for good measure. And Corran going for the extra shot here, just to try to land 2 more hits and end it.
Yeah.
Because we'll probably be running past each other if he doesn't get you. So, but we still have the focus and the target lock. Focus for 3.
Yep.
And looks like an evade for 1, so that's exactly enough.
Exactsies.
And I think basically right when that happened, the final dice were thrown. This was right about midnight, so
yep.
I'd say I think it was we got in just a little under 12 hours for this tournament.
I think it ended up being, what, about an hour and a half for this last round?
Yeah, it was an hour and 20 minutes, so it was, yeah, like I said, just a little bit over the, if we had been doing 75-minute rounds. Of course, we're doing 60 all day, but whatever.
Yeah, the old non-timed final round.
Thanks for watching our X-Wing coverage here on the Less Than Geek channel. Please subscribe and stay tuned for more Store Championship videos coming soon, and we'll see you next time.